which we already had something that day. So we ended up just stacking a rehearsal on top of it, which ended up being one of our first super long rehearsals. And I was very apprehensive of that because I haven't done a full 10-hour rehearsal since high school.
Oof.
So like when I was in high school, rehearsals would be like 7 to 8 or 7 to 9.
Beep.
So what is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Awkward Tea Party, the place where Max and I awkwardly fumble through anything we want to talk about.
It is late.
We talk about anything from pop culture to work to business to it's anything we want to talk about. And it's also a great opportunity for us to spend time with each other publicly.
Sorry.
Okay. So okay.
You did.
The screen is over. All right. So handful of things I want to talk about today. First off, I love you. I'm excited because in about a week and
literally.
a day, Max invades the West Coast and invades my heart.
Comes home.
Yeah, she comes back home to LA. So I'm excited. There's a lot of things we're going to be doing. In fact, this whole month of September is just packed.
Everybody's got a birthday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Your wallet is going to be drained by the end of it.
Y'all need to stop having birthdays at the same month. I swear to Christ. My mom, my brother.
It's the same on my end too. It's not just me. It's my mom and my grandma too.
Oh wait, they're both September too.
Yep. My mom's September 25th. No, my grandma, is September 25th. My mom is September 29th.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to stop being born September.
Yeah. So just to be honest, just thinking of looking at my calendar, there's so much happening, and not just the things that we're going to be doing, but also project wise. Yeah, I was about to reveal like the things that we're going to be doing, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Okay, but yeah,
we're just going to places and see people,
and seeing people and whatnot. Yeah. But then I guess we're going to go from the bottom up in terms of the topic, because I feel like throughout this past 2 weeks, I feel like there's a lot I'm doing, and I feel like I'm starting to get to the point of questioning if I'm stretching myself too thin, because there's so much. Well, because normally there's a level of like confidence, or maybe it's even arrogance that I know I can do it. But now that there's like a level of, I think, time that's needed for certain things, and especially with the expectation of things being delivered quickly, that's where I feel like that's where I feel the frustration of being a human.
The human condition is not ideal.
It's because there's only an X amount of things I can do at the same time in an X amount of hours, and I can't finish every vlog, every podcast, every video we shoot within, in my head, that I say I can do it in a week. Then that completely ends up fucking up my sleeping schedule.
You have a sleeping schedule?
Trying to get it back to, that's a thing too, like that I've noticed, because you've seen it. Like I went for a long stint of 4 a.m. club. Now I'm going through like my whole thing of
get enough sleep club.
I'm trying to, because I feel 2 weeks before I visited Jordan, the week before. Oh, remember those 2 all-nighters? Yeah, that completely fucked me up bad. I only wanted to do 1 all-nighter because it was fun. But the second all-nighter, when it was not for fun, just sucked shit. That threw me off, and I feel like I've been struggling to try to find something consistent, because when I went to go visit Jordan, I don't exactly have a comfortable sleeping situation, and I have a tendency, once he's in bed, I work from 9 till 2, and that doesn't exactly help with me getting quality sleep. Not a good, like it, because you know that I like running my room cold. But Jordan's mom keeps the place at 74, and that runs warm for me, so I'm like sweaty.
Yeah, that's a sauna for me.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of projects that I'm working on. So like for those of you guys just listening and even remotely give a shit, so there's a Temper Tantrum got booked for its first paid gig. So a couple weeks ago, and I honestly did not expect us to get booked at all. And my friends sent a DM saying like, looking for performance group for a gig in 2 weeks. DM let us know, and I figured, let's give it a shot. It's 2 weeks. We could potentially pull it off. We've done crazy things, but but considering that we were new, I didn't think that I honestly didn't think that we were going to get it, because though we did I sent videos, there wasn't any like performance on stage stuff. And then we got it a couple days later saying that they were interested and they were down, and they sent us the budget. I'm like, oh, I can pay the dancers, actually, like, not, because I didn't want to do it if pennies. We were gonna, yeah, if it was pennies, I didn't want to do it, because I've done some gigs like that. It's like only $90.
Yeah, it's always their time.
Yeah, no, this is actually not too bad. Yeah, then we got it, and then Brandon and me and the other directors just went into like plan mode, and it's tricky. Like, this is the tricky part where other people are active that we need. Liz is busy doing her thing, which is one of the other directors. Then there's Brandon, who was booked that weekend, and I was out of town. So ideally, we would have started on the 4th of September, but nope. I was trying to avoid a full 1 day rehearsal, which is what we ended up doing this past.
What did you say you were going to try to do? You were going to try to book a rehearsal without you in it and just have Brandon run it?
That was the
original plan.
That was the original plan.
The fuck was that?
That was for my hard drive.
Oh my God.
That was the original plan. I didn't want to perform. I wanted to be the behind the scenes guy. But then the Brandon being booked that weekend, he couldn't do it. And I kind of didn't want to lose a day spending time with Jordan, because he's in school and I didn't have a quality weekend time with him. Mm-hmm. So like I literally only had one full day with him, which was a Sunday. So like I was trying to like milk every second I can get. So I left. So I didn't want to come back just for a rehearsal. And I figured, then I realized like we could add a little bit more of the depth of our performance if I added just myself and not pay myself. Because one, it would help with the numbers, because I could easily have kept it small and paid people more. Yeah. The plan was like probably get 4 or 5 of our dancers, get them paid. I had that option to, if I wanted to, like keep it relatively small, pay them more. But then I also wanted to give a nice, good impression and potentially get on the good side of this person and potentially use it for more gigs. So I wanted to leverage numbers. So I added like maybe 5 official dancers that are going to get paid, which is what I wanted. And then I added myself on top of it, but I'm not paying myself. I just want to add myself for the numbers of it, because I'm not, pressed for cash. And I'm just, I'm
flex.
I am well off and better than everyone. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just wanted to use this to, again, use that as leverage to promote Temper Tantrum in a way. It's not like a glorious gig. It's for a conference, but the thing is, conferences,
a gig.
Yeah, it's still a paid gig. Yeah, and it's not a $50 gig either. And I want to start, ultimately at the end of the day, I want Temper Tantrum to get paid for what we do. Yeah. And so whatever gig we get, I don't want to take like random party motivating gigs, because I know that side of the entertainment is lucrative. I know friends who do entertainment side, like bar mitzvahs, party motivating, all that stuff. And they pay rent like that, like 400 every weekend. Damn. And that's just on a Saturday night, 3-4 hours. But I don't want to do that, because one, I'm already in a different entertainment company doing that, so that would be
conflict of interest.
But I want to primarily focus on like getting us on the big stage. So like I want us to get paid, but I want us to do it in a way where we're getting paid for the performance side, not the side of trying to do the party motivating stuff. Because as much as fun as that is, again, conflict of interest, but I also want to leverage us being creative and actually use our artistry and all these routines and whatnot. That's one of the reasons I put myself in there, even though I knew I was probably asking way more of myself than I probably should have. So we couldn't.
Some disappointment.
Yeah, we couldn't work out.
It does anything.
We couldn't work out a proper rehearsal the weekend we needed it to be. So we ended up having to do a stacked rehearsal on September 5th, which we already had something that day. So we ended up just stacking a rehearsal on top of it, which ended up being one of our first super long rehearsals. And I was very apprehensive of that because I haven't done a full 10-hour rehearsal since high school.
Oof.
So like when I was in high school, rehearsals would be like 7 to 8 or 7 to 9. So, and then that's why, because there were so many squads in there. So it's not just like one thing. It's like the co-ed hip hop squad, all male, or large all male, small all male, the co-ed hip hop. And then people were in small dance, large dance, military. There's a million different squads that were being worked on in that one day. And some people, they didn't have to be there the whole day. But if you were in more than one squad, you're there all day. Yeah, especially the boys. Like the boys were, I think, a given because obviously all male, but my school was known for its co-ed dance. Mm-hmm. So that was like the main two things we focused on, at least for me and what I was doing. Yeah. Anyways, like I digress. Full 10-hour day. And I think my main concern was energy management, obviously, and energy, but also the mental capacity of learning all that choreography and then finishing everything. Thankfully, we record everything. I managed to find all the routines we filmed, everything, send it to them. And thankfully, a lot of people reviewed the choreography, and that was probably one of the fastest I've ever put to get together an on-stage routine. Because it's different when you're putting together a routine for camera, because you can just, once they're done, you cut and go to the next thing. Yeah. But this, you got to figure out how do you get them off stage without them, smoothly dancing on. I'm still like thinking, when I put these routines together, I'm still thinking like it's a competition routine, because you got to dance off stage. You can't just
might as well run off the stage, man.
No, I fucking hate that. Me and Brad, every time I suggest that to Brad, and he's like, no. Yeah. And then we learned 2 full routines in the first 5 hours. So 10 to 3, had an hour break. And one thing that I really loved that we implemented was mandatory breaks at the bottom of every hour. So at 10:30 because we started late because motherfucking Tabasco came half an hour late.
Called out.
Yeah. Christopher, don't tell me you're going to be a little late and you show up 30 minutes late. Oh. Little late is 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late.
You don't fucked up.
I brought it up in the email too. I told him call time for this Thursday. I'm being petty now. I told him at this Thursday, I don't want to leave any later than 6:30. Everyone be here by 6, but Tabasco come at 5:30. I'm not even kidding.
Your call time is 5:30. Yeah,
I was I don't like wasting time. And he lives hella far. I'd much rather him be here early as possible.
Ass early.
Because we're leaving around rush hour. And the gig's in the OC.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's far.
And call time's at 8. So I'd much rather have
everybody better leave the house at 4.
So yeah, we were all coordinating. But yeah, it was the breaks that we were implementing were really helpful. I thought, what do you call it? We would end up just being goofing off. The first minute of our break, I played music, and then I realized my mind's being active right now. I need us to be completely off, completely disengaged from what we're doing. That way we can re-engage better. So once we did that 5-minute break, it was just pure quiet. It was weird, like it being in a rehearsal where where the room is just quiet the whole time, and we just talk, and we got to embrace the human side, just hanging out and just connecting, which is obviously the good part about the company, or the fun part of any rehearsal or company is where people get to hang out. But once we started back up, it was like the energy where you feel like you need a break. We were just reinvigorated every time we continued learning.
Yeah, that was it. When I was in the 4th grade, I think I was in this like concert thingy or whatever for the city where my school was at. And we would have rehearsal after school, and it goes like late in the night. So like when it was like on break, like people would play people still play music, but either from the radio or whoever bought a CD or a tape, and then they would just give us dinner. But it was just we're like listening to it in the background, and then like I'm in the 4th grade, and then like I literally bonded with these like freaking high school kids, just like because that we're in the same like performance, and so we're just sitting there like talking, and then they start talking amongst themselves. So obviously I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What calculus?
Oh my god.
And I'm like in the 4th grade. I'm like, bitch, I'm just trying to learn London.
4th grade.
I was like, how? What? Yeah. Totally calculus. Yeah. X equals and like it was nice. And then when we when the break was done, it was just like I felt more hyped to do it again. Like I was tired before we broke for dinner. And then after dinner was over, and obviously we digested our dinner because we had freaking adobo.
Oh my god, I would not want to eat that during break, man. Yeesh. One of the members, Jamie, because I had to hold down the fort because I didn't want. Obviously, I can't leave the studio empty. So like she got me food. I had like half or maybe of the rice that she bought.
Oh, I didn't finish the dinner.
Like I didn't eat a lot. Like because you've seen me eat. Like I ate half. I was like. I was like stuffed.
That one time we ate Jollibee and then you decided to dance for camera and you were suffering.
Oh yeah, no, not even that. Yeah. I didn't. It was like less than that. Like I just like because I knew the next rehearsal was going to be not as intense, but we're going to be active. And I was still even if when I ate less, I just felt the bloat.
The first thing that we did after break was just a song. Like we just stood there and sang. For some reason, I lip synced my way through the whole thing.
You what?
I lip synced my way through the whole thing.
For the rehearsals?
The thingy, yeah. And then like the first thing we did was just a song. There was no dancing. So we all just stood there. After like the first thing we rehearsed after dinner. So we had time to digest, and then we did the dancing like after. But I was just like, wow, I can't believe we had adobo and rice, and then just plus like another like hour or so to digest it. So I literally had 12 minutes to eat, and then the rest of the hour was just spent trying to digest.
Yeesh, man. To be young again. To be young again, dude. I can't do that anymore. Like it was just one hell of a day. I have not had a dance hangover in ages. That following day on Monday, and you saw me, I was just exhausted.
Useless of getting.
I was like, I felt I powered through everything, but I felt like heavy. Yeah, I didn't want to do anything, but I did because
you were like talking in your sleep when you were talking to me. I was like, he's asleep.
Yeah, I was like, going to the whole thing of stretching yourself too thin because I feel like there's a whole bunch of projects that I'm taking on because I'm like. Because I feel like I can do them. It's that level of confidence, but it's also, it can be bad because I'm like, I'm not stopping because there's also a whole bunch of other things I also need to do.
Hubris.
So is that from Doctor Who?
No.
Oh.
Game Grumps.
But yeah, because after this performance is this Thursday at the time of filming this, another rehearsal this Saturday, music video shoot this Sunday, and then you're here the rest of the month.
Yeah, so and I'm just gonna sleep the whole time I'm here, right?
So no, I can't. But I will be relaxing a little bit more because then after that, because even though you're here, we're still active. We're gonna be traveling.
I'm gonna make you eat a brownie so you just sleep the whole time.
While I'm driving?
No, when we get to Airbnb.
Yeah, because I can feel like I'm anticipating the amount of mental activity that I'm gonna need to summon to do all that driving, all the creative decision making that I have to do. So
for what?
For all the other stuff I'm doing before you got here.
Oh, okay. I'm like, for when I'm there, like what? Because
I'm still working when you're here.
Yeah, but like creative decision making for what?
Like like when on any downtime I might need, and if I have to review anything.
If we have downtime.
Yeah. So I need to figure out, there's just a lot I need to figure out because I've also been on in the process of trying to see what I can better optimize and automate and delegate and I hate at admitting that I can't do everything, man.
You can't.
But I can't.
You can't.
Because as much as I want to, I'm like super backlogged on the podcasts and my vlogs, and I need to. I think a huge part of it is the trust part. And especially with these podcasts, sometimes I'm not a fan of the parts that, as great as they are in editing, sometimes I'm not a fan of the picks of what they choose in terms of the micro content or in terms of the mini episodes, because it feels like random. It doesn't feel like a whole. But then that's the part where I have to teach them.
I think that's where, I don't know. How long do they have to be a minute, I guess.
You have to what?
They have to be a minute of micro content, but I don't know.
Like the mini episodes, like I have a full on walkthrough that explains everything you need to do. I've only let one person do it once, which is Camilo, but he's hella busy with school right now, and I'm not trying to overwhelm him. And then I have we have another prospect for the prospect it's for video editing. It's one of those Dollar Shave Club type of companies.
What do they have? Oh, well, tell me later.
So, but it's one of they're looking for and some video editing stuff. Okay. But yeah, so that's what I'm also like trying to avoid overwhelming Alex, because I want him to focus on the creative client stuff. Yeah, I think now I'm talking about it too loud, out loud. I feel like I'm saying no for them without actually giving them a shot. This
podcast is your therapy.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I
charge by the hour. There's no sliding scale.
There's no love, just love and kisses and hugs.
I charge by the hour. Plus expenses.
Love, kisses, and hugs.
Plus $45 an hour.
Now that I'm thinking about it out loud, oh man, it is a trust thing. It really does come back to a trust thing. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Part of me about it goes, if I send this to them, how about I just work faster and before having to resort to giving it to them? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up. We also had some old clients reach out to us last week. Yeah. So both of them, one was a musician, one's a motivational speaker and a ninja warrior,
an athlete,
and an athlete, and another one actually, he's a prospect. He runs a dance center, and okay. I was excited to work with him, and I used to teach there. So yeah, they rebranded, but yeah, did I tell you about that situation? How you
told me about it, and they were like, "Oh, no one knows about it."
Oh man, yeah, okay. They wanted us to come film from 10 p.m. till whenever we finished.
Good.
And then I'm not a fan of that. I don't like, and
that's not a schedule for filming.
One of the things, like I had to say no to 2 out of those 3 client prospects. The third one I'm still waiting for, but this one, the dance center, I had to tell them no because they didn't send us the materials that I needed to set the team up to win, in regards to like the music, the rehearsal videos. That way I can actually properly plan and not send Joey or Noelle to go film, and it's all guesswork while shooting. And while some people can do that, executed beautifully, that just means you're adding time to the production time, that's using up the talent's time, that's using up other people's time. So I wasn't about to Joey and Noelle also have a billion things to do outside of that. It wouldn't be fair to them to send them there
in without knowing.
And and then especially during that 10 p.m. call time, to go and say 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And then he said, the last shoot we did was like same thing, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. I'm like, excuse me?
Cool story, bro.
I'm like,
that's not going to work with us.
That's not something that I would feel proud about. That sounds like overworking.
That sounds like poor time management.
terrible time management, in my opinion.
10 p.m. to 4 a.m. What the fuck are you shooting? A whole music video with Britney?
Well, to add to that, they're planning on filming like 4 routines in one night. So it's a lot. So and I think the person who did it last time was a one-man show. So the thing with that, and he set up until 12. He didn't finish setting up until 12 a.m. So like, props to them, props to getting all. I saw the work. It looks really good. And that's just not my style of working. Not anymore, man. Especially if you're going to be involving a whole lot of people with a lot of moving parts. Like, I don't want to.
If it's just one person like running and gunning it, like whatever. But that's too much. That's too much guesswork for that late at night.
Exactly. That late at night, you're tired, then you forget, and then I'm not a fan of going into post-production with the lingering thought of what could I have missed? What could I have filmed? Because
pre-production pretty much just gives you everything you could have.
Or you cover at least 80% of it.
Or 80% of it, yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to set, like, for me, it was all about setting up whoever was going to film to win. Like, I wanted to make sure that Joey knew exactly what lights to bring, what to expect, what the game plan was before going there. I didn't want us to go there like,
blind.
And then I think he tried to use, because Noelle has taken one of the programs before. They said, like, ask Noelle, she knows how it is. And I'm like,
that's not how it works.
But it's not. No, that's because that's how it is. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to produce quality content in less time. Like, it's just, I don't know. I really would love to work with them.
Yeah.
But I would love control in.
And if it was Noelle, we would like not have to stream, because I think that was one of her scheduled stream nights.
Yeah. So yeah, it would interrupt.
That's taking money away from her.
Yep. So yeah, I had to say no, but the long-winded story to that. But the other client, the other prospect we had to say no to, the motivational speaker. I sent you that text too.
You sent the text. You read it to me.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I was excited because I liked working with this guy. Really cool, like, great attitude, despite some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that we witnessed. It's nothing bad. Just some would say it's scandalous. But yeah, like, we were going to help with, I'm just going to say, a launch for a product. And he wanted us to be in charge of all content production. And I was like, hell yeah, we're already familiar with their brand. Our editor already knows what to do. We have this new kick-ass designer who's, I think, killing it with all the stuff he's putting together. So I was excited.
Where does the new carousels?
Did you see the new carousels?
Yeah, like the orange one.
Yeah.
The 4 pillars.
Yeah. Did you see did you see all? Oh yeah, like all the pillar stuff and all the. It's so good. Like,
that's dope.
He's great. I like him. Anyways, like, I was excited for us to. Oh my god. Yeah, I was just excited for us to show us, because it's been a while. Like, it's almost like that after you leave your ex for a while, and then I don't know why I'm drawing this comparison, but like, you feel like you've improved yourself. And then you see your ex. I don't think I've ever had that feeling.
Have you ever had to flex on it?
No, I've never had. But I feel like I've seen that as a common thing from other people. So
people are petty, like, bro.
Yeah. So I was just excited to show him, like, here's all the to create all this great content from, like, or leveled up content from. The thing is, the price point obviously at this was much higher, because since we last worked with this person, we did a whole bunch of other things. Now. We did a whole bunch of things. Yeah.
And never worth more.
Yeah. And then I forgot the email. It's my phone, so I can't. But like, yeah, he said that he wanted to. The price was a little too high for him, and
he essentially wanted us to price match.
Yeah, he wanted us to price match. Like, he said, yeah, like, he wanted to come to us before having to look to someone on Fiverr. But in my head, I'm like, had this been VP earlier, it's like,
we would have been like, all right, fine,
let's take it, because it's cash flow. But now it's to a point of this X amount of dollars is detrimental to the amount of hours we're putting in, because now it's taking away.
It actually feels like we're losing money.
Yeah, because it's now detrimental to the clients who are paying at a very high tier. And then
also, because we agreed to let him pay this smaller fee than we're still going to be prioritizing the ones that have paid more. So then he felt left out and
So I think what I said in the email is like, because since one, I said we're not freelancers, we're an agency, we're a team of people that are going to be dedicated to the thing. If you want a freelancer,
go to Fiverr, go ahead.
And then two was that like prices have gone up since we worked together, especially since we worked with more clients, and it's also a pandemic. And then my priority is to make sure everyone's taken care of. I get that. And this was the price point that I knew that would take care of everyone. And then I was just not going to move there because I think I'm getting to like, I realized I was debating for a while of like different price points of like personal brand pricing points versus small, medium business pricing points, because small, medium businesses have bigger revenue versus an individual person.
Yeah.
So like
sometimes, just more often than not, like if it's like a mom and pop restaurant versus a Kim Kardashian, obviously Kim Kardashian is going to make more money by the second.
That's fair. That's a really good point. So it's more their yearly revenue and how many employees they have and whatnot. Yeah. So I had to say no. I was excited to add more clients to the roster, but then like it's more like the quality at this point. Like we're 5 years in business or half a decade.
Shit.
So I mean, the other client who we worked with prior, he was one of our former higher paying clients. The thing is, we saw creative differences, and creative differences, and two, I would, just from my perspective, I'm not going to say my perspective is right, but my perspective on the social media end is that he was impatient because, especially
with the process, or of just he probably decided to do something about his social media way too late in the life of social media. I would say when growth is a little slower, and this was before you could buy followers, like when the early adapters were able to just buy followers and get away with it, buy followers, buy subs and all that, and just get away with it. At this time, when he started to really think about growing his social, it was a little late. Like things were already in place.
Yeah, no, I'd say this is more, back then it was more of the process, specifically towards the advertising stuff, because those of you who've done any sort of Facebook or Instagram ads, you don't immediately get the
results.
The result. It's a lot of, at least for us, like we do a lot of split testing first to see what's working, and then we optimize for that. We split test the different objectives, the creative, the copy. And I think he was just getting impatient with that, and it's fair because we're using his money for all this advertising stuff, and it's their money we're playing around with. It's not producing the result. So it's fair why he lost his patience. For me, it was just like, if we just stuck with it a little longer, I feel like we would have worked. It's the same with one of our current clients right now, the fitness client up from the Bay. Like they were, doubting about it, because they were paying it first, and I decided to take on like the risk, take it off their hands, and I was like, I'll show you it works, and it's been working. Because first we tried just traffic. Got a lot of traffic, no clicks, no signups, no leads. And then once I switched objectives, and then you helped tweak the copy, and we went up there and filmed, and we got some footage. Leads, it went from like 1 lead per ad to like it's still pretty good since it's a local spot. It's a mom and pop shop. It's to like 5 to 10 leads, so it's still pretty good for like for their classes. And it's a boutique studio, so they can't fit a lot of people in there. So getting 5 to 10 leads a week is still pretty good.
Yeah, and it was the same thing with my day job. They were running ads before, but they would literally find a post and hit boost.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
That was their ad strategy. And I was like, that needs to change immediately, because that's all they knew. And when I was like proposing this to them, I was like, oh, hey, how about we do it this way? And I laid it out, and they were like, oh. And then how much would it cost? I'm like, well, it's the exact same amount that you were spending on this one ad before. I could turn, let's say, this $25 for a week and then get us more results. What are we trying to do with this ad? What do you want? Like, do you just want people to know that we're doing a thing? Or would you rather have people, I say that there's a call to action in the copy saying, hey, register now.
Yeah.
So you might as well just give them somewhere to go to. And then there's a way to track that. as opposed to just like a bit.ly link. Like this should be fine too. But
yeah,
how about a traffic ad?
because they're just running brand awareness, huh?
Yeah, they were just, because the boost is essentially just a brand awareness. I don't know what it is now, but that's what it was before. It was just a brand awareness ad. And yeah, and then when we tried that, and again, I had to fight tooth and nail for them to freaking set up Pixel. The Facebook Pixel. We never had it on our website before.
How long was that process?
We don't have that much, like our backdoor access to our website doesn't allow us to actually put code in. So we have to call the people.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
This was so pre-COVID. This is all pre-COVID. This was like 2018 or something.
Yeah. Shit. That was a while.
Yeah. It was 2018. And yeah, and they were just like, and then so they like called, and then they were like, and then they asked them like, is it possible to put a Facebook pixel? And blah, blah, and they were like, yeah, totally. We do this all the time. I'm like, I told you they can do it.
Just gotta believe.
I'm like, it is a website. And just because we can't do it on our backend access doesn't mean nobody else can do it. The people who are helping us with this can't do it.
Yeah.
They have nerds on their payroll. They can do this.
That's one thing that.
Yeah, like, and it was one of those that like they were like doubting it. Like, is it even necessary? And I'm like, you're still paying the same amount of money. Like, how do you know that your boosted posts are working? You don't. At least with an actual Facebook ad, if you actually go to like Ad Manager and all that, like you can actually fucking track everything, whatever you want, and you can customize it to whatever you want people to do with it. Yeah,
technically we can still track the boosted stuff, but it's not an important thing to like especially with what you guys are doing. Who cares if it's a like, unless that's what you guys are going for. But
I want people to go somewhere. If you want more donations, you want more signups, then put the ad money to work. Don't just have people be aware of it. Have people be aware and do something about it. If it could be, because it could be as simple as going to a certain web page. That's it. Or like applying for one of our jobs. Like that was it. Just click the thing.
Yeah, I've seen that too, especially on Facebook. I think a little bit on Instagram too, like where they use Facebook or Instagram ads to hire people for.
We're doing that right now.
So, what are they doing? What job? What position?
Nothing for you.
Where can I insert Vision Paradox and everything?
Nothing for you. I am the Vision Paradox.
Ooh, well, you definitely are a vision.
Oh my fucking god.
Ooh.
All right, thanks for watching, guys.
What are you talking about?
Just proving Facebook ads work if you know what to do with it.
Oh yeah. And then the other client that we haven't heard back yet. I essentially, like, with him, it's a little above what we did before. Nothing too different. And I feel this time around, like now we have a better team. I feel like we just are better equipped. Mm-hmm. Like when we worked with him was 2018 VP. We were only 2 years old. Mm-hmm. So
toddler.
God damn, man. Yeah, and then that's crazy. And we've grown.
We just started pre-K.
We just started pre-K. So we'll see. And a couple of prospects. I'm glad more clients are coming to us that are a little bit more word of mouth in a sense. Like other clients are recommending to us, which obviously that's one of the best ways. That's
your best marketing right there.
The main way we get our clients right now is outbound marketing, which is primarily through cold emails. And with that, it's a huge numbers game. And ideally, I would eventually like for us to do some marketing ad stuff. Okay. But I'm not.
Oh, actually run ads for ourselves?
Just for ourselves?
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
We do so many things for our clients and then for you. You technically use yourself as the guinea pig.
Yeah.
So we don't do any of that for VP.
Yeah.
Period.
So yeah, because I don't know. I think part of me is because I'm hesitant of like other marketing companies trying to I think it's part of the criticism of what other marketing companies say I don't know. It's a
fuck whatever
pure judgment says. To be honest.
Fuck what everyone says.
Yeah, that's
shit
true
on
too.
Him.
So it's one of those
shit
things.
On him.
Even though it's one of those things like. I'm confident on certain things, but on certain territories, I feel the insecurities rise up, and part of it. I don't know. I think part of it is because what I think I want to make sure that the content that I run ads on is really like solid, but also I think I'm overthinking it in terms of artistically, because we don't like, because to putting it, say side by side with Tantrum, like we have a lot of great shots and videos and all that stuff, and then we've done a lot of good stuff with VP, but I don't know, it doesn't feel ours. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what would make it ours exactly?
Like the closest thing that's fully ours is the I Vote Because campaign.
That's true.
That would be like we produced that and marketed it.
Yeah, we had like our hands in the whole thing from like start to finish.
And then Temper Tantrum would be essentially a glorified, like it's a.
Yeah, but it's not our project though. That's a client.
Temper Tantrum?
Yeah, I would say that's a client project that we did. I don't know. Oh well, the I Vote Because is too.
For I Vote Because, yeah, it's a client project. Like and the same thing with Temper Tantrum. But the thing is, it's both dance content.
Yeah. So
like the closest thing right now.
Is that our niche now?
I'm trying to avoid dance studios and dance companies can't afford us. So there's only one person that I know can, and she's amazing. She's a beast. So shouts out to Amy, founder of the dance company I used to be part of called Antics. But yeah, like I'm trying to avoid that, which is why with one of our other clients, the comedian, I'm really trying to help grow his channel on YouTube. That way we can do that. There's small bits, like a section of, to say, our recent real estate client. We produced we got him like close to 400 leads. Mm-hmm. That's hard to show visually as a story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's like where I get,
because it's not sexy. Those are numbers.
Yeah. Like
numbers.
The closest thing I can probably do to that.
69.
Nice.
No, please cut it.
The closest thing to that would be like, remember how I did the highlight video like a few years ago, our reel, and I animated all that stuff. That's the closest thing I could probably do, and I want to update that because it's so different.
Oh, we've done so much more after that.
Since that, but it takes a while, and then
Alex do it.
No, there's a new video editor. He actually has motion graphics experience. I'm about to go to something else.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let me finish this thought. Yeah, like I completely forgot my thought.
You want to do a thing that showcases for an ad or something if we're going to do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember what we did. The rain room. We did our own version of main, because I want something like that, like something like that speaks to our personality, because we have a lot of talking head content and sharing knowledge, which is cool. But I also want us to showcase. But I feel like I want us to showcase the spectrum of like our humor.
We actually should do what we're telling people to do on their social media, on our social media. We do it on our own, but like the VP social media.
Yeah. And I think part of that, what's holding me back from that is also like our website has been delayed because I haven't made the time to send all the assets to Kevin to create everything. So, because some of these files are huge. So I'm like,
sure.
Yeah. But the website, oh God, I gotta get. These are things that, okay, cool, this is done. I'm like, cool, what else is next? And then I think about the stuff that's been backlogged. Fuck. So aside from that, VP brought on 3 new people. Did I already say that I hired another video editor in the previous?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we brought on 2 other people. Yeah, I brought on a new graphic designer, and I also brought on a new social media assistant. So simply because I overwhelmed our other social media manager with everything. I had her do everything from email marketing to the social posts to the graphic design to the SEO to the YouTube copywriting. So I just threw so much at her. Mm-hmm. And when almost to the point, you were there in the meeting where she said she was thinking about quitting.
And I'm like,
and then, yeah.
What am I going to do?
Yeah. So that's where I had been thinking, luckily I had been thinking about that for a while, and I'd begun the process of trying to hire someone new. Just, she was a great asset to the team. So just because it's one of those things where I'm learning, it would be nice to get someone who's versatile and who's a generalist, but it's also nice. But sometimes that generalist gets stretched too thin because they can't do everything. So, and she was, why are you looking at me? That's fair. Because she excelled more on the copywriting, the data. She was also doing the analysis.
The data.
She's great at the data part. She was okay in the design part because I taught her and walked her through it. But it was I knew it was one of those things I had to get off her hands so she can better focus on her strengths. And I think it was one of those things like she can do it. And then after a lot of
sounds like my boss is my day job. Oh, Max can do it.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know. I feel like for
Max
me,
is the only one that can do it.
What do you call it? It's weird because one, I thought by trying to take it off her hands, it was like I for some reason I was making it look like for some reason I felt like I would be like saying that she was incapable when she is capable. And she wasn't really saying anything. And that's one of the things that's tricky about communication, because just because they don't say that they're overwhelmed doesn't mean they aren't. And I had a feeling she was starting to feel overwhelmed, and then I was like overlooking it for a while. So anyways, hired a new graphic designer.
I'm always happy when people take things off my hands. I'm like,
yeah, because when you're talking about
take it.
When we were talking about this and this new graphic designer, like simple, like I don't have to teach how to design certain things or hierarchy. He just does it. I'm like, scooch that.
Oh yeah.
Watch that. I'm like, whoa. And then the closest to that is in terms of editing is is Alex and Camilla. We just have a fuck ton of video to edit, man. And then there's a new guy. I'm trying to get him acclimated to the style. And here's the thing where I'm conflicted of, do I have them edit the way we do it? Yeah, it's a company. We do it the way we do it. Because then if they edit
the way they do it, then it has to get passed over to either Camilla or you or Alex. You're like, how'd you do this?
Yeah. I was like, this is something that's been on my mind lately. Like better optimizing everyone who can best do what.
That's also like something that I do for like my day job. Like they prefer using InDesign because ironically they don't do a lot of design. It's still design. It's more of a layout thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no like design happening. There's already a template, just move things around and that's it. Every now and then there's something that's like, we added a circle, but it was all done in InDesign just so it's easier for them to work with than Photoshop. Apparently for me, I find Photoshop easier, whatever. Because I learned that first. That's why.
They haven't been brought to the light.
And there were things that I can only do in Photoshop. So if that's the case, like it's something that I would just do in Photoshop and do it. And then it's not just something that they probably can. They're pretty like competent enough in Photoshop. They would prefer if I did everything or anything that they need to get into in InDesign for some reason.
Because I think it's a matter of like familiarity helps with speed. Yeah. And then because then they're just like, wait, how does that go again? How does this go again? Yeah, because with business in general, like, or a lot of things, like speed is king in a lot. Obviously, you have to produce a good. Can't be fast and shitty, but it has to be fast and.
Got shit fast.
It's got to be at least good.
Sonic shit.
But yeah, this guy's fast. Produced all those carousels. The new social media assistant, really, well, she's kind of like an entry-level position. And I don't plan on giving her even more because I offered this to her as more of a side thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like your job is flexible. You want to earn some extra cash. You just come from home. Just come meet me at this one office building and meet my mentors and join my MLM. I'm just kidding.
Oh my fucking God. You have time for some coffee?
Your old high school friends talking to you.
Right now.
Oh
and I have a business opportunity for you.
We can talk about that in a bit.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can.
More than down to do it.
One of them.
Babe.
Oh my God. That was a cool thing back in 2013, 2014. Now it's just a fucking meme.
It was so cringy.
Yeah. So
someone DM'd me, called me boss babe. I'm like, nope, you lost me there.
Yeah. All right. So that is it, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream of Awkward Tea Party. And those of you guys listening on the podcast, whether on YouTube or on whatever you're listening to, hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked it, make sure you hit like, subscribe, show it to friends who you think might enjoy it. Thank you, everyone on Twitch who came in and out and joined the conversation for a bit, or at least listened and lurked. And for those of you guys listening to this in the future, we appreciate you listening. Other than that, I hope you have an amazing day, night, week, year. Stay safe, and decade. And we will see you guys in the next episode of Awkward Tea Party. Bye.
Beep. Beep.